So
Does
if the
this work?
roof,
Can
it
you just
does,
do
it's
this?
perfect. It's perfect. Done. No air sealing issues at all. No,
Right.
I'm
Chris,
just
now I
worried
have
about
your
that.
question.
I'm
Chris,
worried about the front corner of that.
Right.
why liquid flashing instead of a typical zip tape?
Liquid flashing, good question. Liquid flashing is more durable. It's a little more forgiving about installation from what we found over the years. It's just a better. It is the more effective way to give you a continuous to continue your control layers and to air seal really well. Tapes can do a very good job if you take the time to do it. Liquid flashings, if you take the same time to do it, they're just more effective and they last longer. They're more the tapes, they've proven they last a really long time, and especially if they're going to be encapsulated under in the insulation, they'll be protected from UV and moisture and all of that. So they're a good way to go, but the liquid flashing is just more effective, and it can adhere to all surfaces as can tape, and sometimes the tapes you use, sometimes they require a primer, whereas the liquid flashing does not. It can stick to concrete, steel, and any other type of surface without a primer. It's just a longer lasting material.
Yeah, and one of the things that I find with the tape, again, we use the zip system. We've been using it for about 12 years now, maybe 13 years. And when those transition points, we find that the liquid flash is a better product. When the liquid flash first came on the market, we tried it out. We loved it. It's good for your cased openings, but say where the bottom of the OSB on the zip system meets the wall, most people forget to do anything there. They just tape the seams and they forget to tape that transition. And if they're using the liquid flash, that's a good reminder just about if you just use that for everything. Plus, I don't think I've ever had a job where the framers had the pressure set just perfectly, and we're always going back and they're always overdriving the nails, and we have to come back and use some sort of sealant there and screws next to it. So you find it with the liquid flash, if you just use it everywhere, then they don't really have to think about one way or the other. And then it basically makes sure there's a continuous layer there.
Yeah. There's a lot of origami that needs to take place in windows, in the window openings and door openings when you're using tapes. So it's just, again, more forgiving and just a better way to seal.
Yeah, and that kind of gets us into these transitions that you see here, and you could, Chris, that's your design on the left, and then just a generic rock wool design on the right. Probably similar to what you're going to do, just not with brick on the outside.
Well, we're going to have some brick on the lower part of, for the basement level. We're attempting to do that. It may be a budget thing that changes that, but yes, we are going to have, and ours will look a lot like that. It's just we'll have more insulation in the cavities. We won't have anything in the cavities of the walls or on the inside surface of the basement walls. But the detail on the left for this house shows that we're doing not only the 8 inches on the roof, but also some batt insulation in the cavities of the structure below. That'll get us our R60 that we need. Yeah, and what, just in case anybody sees this, and I've had this question already today, but we have outriggers attached to the outside surface of the outside of the structure, and that's cantilevering out to support the eave there, and then we're encapsulating that in the insulation. So the insulation runs between the outriggers, but all of that, the outrigger structure and the cantilever structure there is all outside of the building structure. So we're not having any of these, the rafter tails penetrate our building enclosure, and that's where we eliminate our thermal bridging and penetrations. So this is just so as you see in the detail there, we're just using the standing seam over burring strips on top of 8 inches of insulation, and then more sheathing.
Right. Yeah. And this is something that you guys have done before, but just I think the mock-ups is a cool thing that I've been seeing a lot more of. And it's just
Yeah,
something really nice because then you get your crew, you could do this with them. You could show them one window. Once you do one window, hopefully they understand how to do every window. So you
correct.
really focus on these mock-ups, and that's something that I think is a trend that moving forward in high performance building design is definitely a very important one for us to
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah,
you
I mean, this
continue
is
to,
just a small amount of material and a small amount of time to take, just to give yourself the chance to walk through how we're going to go around every window and door and practice putting in the screws because these pictures show 6 inches of insulation. We're doing 8 out at the
hmm
makeover project. And that's a really long screw. And so they got to practice make sure their tools are going to work for that kind of screw. In the case of these pictures, this is all steel framing, 18 gauge steel framing. So
right.
they had to account for the extra time to go into that because they're self-tapping screws,
Yep.
but because the metal was so thick, they needed to really put the pressure on, and they needed that practice before they got into the building. And then
Yeah.
trimming, the flashing around the exterior flashing and all that liquid flashing, all that practice is real good before we get going.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And you can see where the drainage plane is on this. It's actually back at the window. So his window is set inwards. There are ways to do it outwards, but this way I found just working with builders, um, it's still the same way that they're used to doing a window. So it's, your watertight area is still going to be watertight. And then, but again, you could start bucking out the window as well,
Yeah,
depending on the style.
yeah. We like that with the any window, as they call it. We like it for a lot of reasons. One, it's a lot simpler for the install. Two, it provides extra protection for the windows, so you don't need like canopies or overhangs to give extra protection from weather. And also, architecturally, it's nice to have that depth, so you have more shadow on the walls, and then of course, with that protection, you get shade as well. So
hmm
I mean, it has so many benefits to it, but if you want that flush look, totally can be done. You just have a bigger ledge on the interior.
Right. Yeah.